Okay, we are live.
Thank you, Dawn. Welcome to the Planning Commission meeting. We'll get started. First, Dawn, if you could do the roll call, please.
Sure. Mayor Gallagher. Sue
Here.
Sue Grodick.
Here.
Jim Oper. I have not heard from him. So I'll go with absent excused.
Yes.
Stephen Coyle.
Here.
And Brian Summers.
Here.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, first we have the approval of the minutes from April 6th. I will make a motion we approve if there are no corrections or adjustments.
Second.
Thank you, Brian, for the second. To approve, Mayor Gallagher,
Yes.
Sue Grodick,
Yes.
Stephen Coyle,
Yes.
Brian Summers.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, our first request is from Archer Sign Corporation for 2 internally illuminated wall signs for Firehouse Subs at 4748 Ridge Road. There's a 29 foot of frontage, 58 allowable square footage of frontage. The request is for 46 feet. There's no variance required and is approved by Ridge Park Square. Ted, do you want to add anything?
No, Mayor, I think you covered it. The variances aren't required. It's not something that hasn't been done for the other businesses there, so I think you covered it well.
May I also just add in here also, we do have a suspended sign that's going to be under the under roof on, I'm not sure what side of the building that is, but there you have it identified right there. And the dimensions called out.
Does anybody on the Planning Commission have any questions for the applicant or for the building department? Dawn, did we receive any feedback from the public?
I've received no feedback, Mayor.
Okay, well, if there are no comments or questions, I move we approve as submitted.
Second.
Second.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank
To
you.
approve, Mayor Gallagher,
Yes.
Sue Grodick,
Yes.
Stephen Coyle,
Yes.
Brian Summers.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, our second request is from Shram Signs for 2 internally illuminated wall signs for Crumble at 7323 Northcliffe. Dawn, I'm sure you're pulling those up, but this particular one does require a variance.
I think it's the back sign that has a variance, the little round sign towards the GameStop side.
Yes. So the request is for 46 feet. And part of this needs a variance. Go ahead.
I'm a little confused on this one because I thought we were getting permits for the window graphics at the same time. And I think maybe that might be with some square footage requirements also.
Go ahead, Ted.
I'm not aware of this, the window graphics as being part of this package. I wasn't sure that that's what we were looking for. This was for the back sign.
Okay. Do you guys request permits for window graphics?
They would be included in the sign package.
I
Yeah.
have submitted them with this.
I'm sorry, not to interrupt. Stacy Perkins has not yet submitted those for approval to us yet. And so they were not included in the plans that were approved at that time, what we received for the submittal.
Because it's gonna require a variance, correct, Ted?
Oh, there they are.
Oh, these
Perfect.
ones? Okay.
Yes. So I don't mind waiting for you to reapprove whatever. One particular thing, and if it's down the road, it's not a problem. But if you see where that partition wall is on the window, so to the left is going to be blackout and to the right is going to be window graphics. And they're building a partition wall. And so the contractor was asking, even if they were be allowed to go ahead and put just the piece that's going to go there because they're building that partition wall, they'll hold off on everything else, but they want whatever your time frame is to get this approved for the window graphics. But if they could put the piece of window graphic right there where the partition is, so they can build the wall up to it, because once the wall's built, they won't be able to put the window graphic there, and then you'll see the construction of that wall right there.
I understand that
Okay,
part of it. But
it's up to you.
if we let you do that and the Board of Zoning Appeals doesn't grant the variance, you're gonna be taking the wall down to remove the graphics.
I think they would take that risk. I don't think that you guys will deny, and if they do, maybe they would just tell them to put more graphics or something, you know what I'm saying? If you want to approve it, that if it doesn't get past it, they have to remove it. I think it'd be easier to remove the graphics in that location, because if they, let's pretend that they put the graphic up there and they had to remove it, the white part is going to be where the wall is. So they could actually cut it down there and have no window graphics there at all, but it would still hide the edge of the wall that's being built, you know, the little white section.
Okay, so you want them to apply, and this really has nothing to do with the planning commission. I can make
Okay.
this decision
I'm
myself.
sorry
but
to get involved. I didn't know how to bring it
Okay.
up.
That's okay. But the blackout, you could put the blackout behind that wall. Or if that's gonna screw up the dimension of the graphics, that's a different issue.
It will not, we can put the blackout because it's just blackout. That's not a graphic, right? Okay,
Yes, yes.
perfect. That's perfect then.
The rest of
I'm
it,
sorry to-
no, that's okay. The rest of it will have to we'll probably need a variance at the Board of Zoning Appeals, which is a separate board.
I see.
But I can get that reviewed once the manager gives us the okay that the complex is allowing the signage,
Perfect.
then we can go from there.
I'm sorry, Ted, I did misspeak. If you look on that page, it does look like Stacy signed off on it right here. So they did approve it.
Yes, she did.
So
Yeah.
that's my question, just maybe it's just a little bit of confusion between the blackout and the decal. So, I mean, which would be more visually appealing? I mean, I'm guessing the decal.
No, here, it's two stores. So the white store and the gray store are the same store. They've taken two spaces. So the main entrance will be where the open sign is. Where the divider bar is, their back is the kitchen that they're hiding from view. They don't want people to see them working in their storage or whatever they're doing. The Bella Subs does this quite a bit. And so they're gonna have window graphics if you guys approve whatever you approve, but from that petition wall back will be white blackout so nobody can see into the store.
3 times 8 is 24, 46.
And
So-
if you chose to say you don't want white and you want pretty graphics, I'm sure they would oblige.
Let me get some quick calculations here, because I think we're gonna be,
I think either way, we're gonna need a variance and this is gonna be up to Board of Zoning.
I see.
With the window graphic sign and their sign package, they asked for 33 linear foot is the storefront. They're allowed 66. The request is for 46, which did not include this partition wall. And this is about 25 square feet. So it would be
Yeah.
25 plus 46.
I thought the blackout wasn't considered a window graphic.
well, what you're showing is that the actual graphic, you're calling it out to be 36 by 99.
For there, yes.
So we're calling the window graphic to be approximately 25 square feet. So on top of 46 square feet that you're already allowed, you're at 71 square feet. You're gonna need a 5-foot variance.
The window graphic that melt is 24.75 square feet,
Okay,
36 by 99.
so 24.75 plus 46
Yes,
gets us to more than 66 by 4.75 feet.
I completely understand.
So now, if you're telling me that the wall is hidden behind the graphics, what if you decrease the size of that graphics package by the 6 inches and we're only at 30 inches wide?
I will do whatever you tell me to do.
Well, I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm thinking that if that graphics package drops from 36 inches wide to 30 inches wide
Right?
by 99, how many square feet is that?
That's 20.625.
Which puts you at 48. What'd you say, 20?
20.625, sir.
Which puts you at 66.25 square feet. You're a quarter of a foot over for variance.
This math is killing me.
Well, so I'm trying to
No,
help you here.
I hear you exactly.
We can avoid another meeting and
Well, I mean, well, before you avoid another meeting, I mean, let's hear from the planning commission because we had this conversation at our last planning commission meeting with Stacy about graphics, and we understand that there are times where maybe the graphics enhance the visual appeal of a space versus maybe whiting out and looking like the store's empty when it's clearly not. And I'd sort of like to hear the feedback from planning commission. So if, this is something we recommend that Board of Zoning take a look at. Anybody from planning have any comments?
Yeah, this is Brian. I would prefer the kind of like generic graphics, not like giant crumble logo all over, but like the little panel that's on there. And I think it would look a lot better than all black or all white. Especially since, other than the reasons the mayor mentioned, like if you have something that's all solid one color, when it starts to bubble or fade, or if somebody like scratches it on the inside, it looks really obvious if it's just all one plain color.
This is
I think it
Sue.
would, I also think, I'm a sign guy, and I'm not trying to push anything because white graphics or regular graphics, I think a bunch of white windows down, it looks cheap. I think it would look more upscale if they took even that same melt in your mouth pattern and just continued it so you knew that those 5 windows were part of that store. But it's not like they're looking for more advertising, but I think it would look more pleasant to anybody's eye, than just a bunch of white boards or black boards.
This is
But then
Steven.
that would become that would become advertising square footage, and you count up that space, you're going to ask for another 500 square foot on top of that for wall graphics, and just it wouldn't pass muster.
I understand what you're saying. I think it'd be worth it to go to the Board of Zoning Appeals for going all the way across. I think it would end up looking a lot better than making it black out on that section.
Sue, you were about to say something too.
I was. I am looking at it and I don't think it's necessarily an all or nothing sort of thing. It's a case by case. I mean, we've seen some really obnoxious window graphics in the city, and I don't think this fits the case. I think they're very tastefully done and enhances the look of the store versus just all white or all black. But I think we're still just talking about the panel, correct? Not asking them to do all of the windows in that pattern.
I think we're exploring both. I mean, I'm with Brian, like extending those patterns when it's not necessarily advertising, but goes with the theme of the store, and it doesn't make it look like a vacant store next door or next to it even, and it's not. I think it helps. I think the appearance of vacancy it calls or brings in its own set of issues.
It's not like it says smokes 99 cents. We're trying to sell something, just artistic, flair.
So,
Well,
Mr. Schramm, would that be an option then to not have white or black panels, but to have the melt in your mouth panel all the way across?
if I was the mayor of the city, I would demand it. But so their big thing is, they want to put something up for that wall, which is no problem. I think that if their big thing is obviously get their sign package passed so they can start going. The window graphics in 5 days, they can do that. Their store's not even close to being done. So I would suggest to say, hey, listen, let's have them redesign a window graphic that's not over the top, maybe a couple different examples that maybe spice it up and look a little cleaner than just white or black. And I think they could produce that very simply and give it to you, and then you guys can decide. The melt in your mouth graphics, it's etched vinyl. So what you're looking at there with the gray windows, those are the windows that are actually clear. And so the melt in your mouth would actually be an etched frosted vinyl. So for the white panels, you would still have some kind of background, but let's say they did a light gray with a dark gray melt in your mouth, look that just like these colors. I think that looks better than bright white. You know what I'm saying? You could do any kind of subdued colors with a small bit of contrast, and I think that would be better. And I don't believe that they would frown on that at all. I think they would love it because I think it would enhance their store, better for customers. You know, the more pleasing a store is, the more you want to go in there, you know, I believe. It's entertainment. Every sandwich you buy.
So either way, the graphics need to go to the Board of Zoning, and we'll let you decide on what to take to them. So we could pass the sign package with the exception of that one variance that's required. I'm not misspeaking, am I, Ted?
No, I think you're accurate that we can pass the sign variance that's on here with the exception of the graphics package, since it's going to expand now. And we can go to the Board of Zoning Appeals for the additional square footage. And get it passed through them. I was not aware that that was an option to go all the way across, so we don't look like a vacant store. And I agree with everybody that that's probably the best solution.
And if I can interject one thing, because the guy was really hot when he called me today, a contractor, about getting the vinyl, but I'm looking and the vinyl's going to be on the exterior of the window. It's not going to be on the interior of the window. So it doesn't need to be up before the wall gets built anyway. So I don't know why the guy, he's a new guy in sign design, so he might have been a little confused. Thinking that graphics interior. It's not interior. That's an exterior window graphic. So I don't think that's a problem at all.
Okay, well, in that case, I make a motion that we approve the sign package, and with the exception of the graphics that will go for a variance in front of the Board of Zoning.
Mayor, if I may,
Sure.
because I might have misspoke there. This board is going to approve the sign package and the graphics package if the variance is granted? Or is he gonna have to come back to planning commission for the graphics once the variance is granted?
No, my motion is that he would not have to come back to planning commission, that it would be up to the Board of Zoning on whether to grant the variance relation to the graphics.
Perfect.
They also need a variance for the second sign in the rear of the building. So they have to come to BZA anyway.
Yes, oh, yeah, on the south end.
Yes. So we have a motion to approve contingent on variance approval from Board of Zoning.
Second,
That was you, Stephen, correct?
yes.
All right, thank you. To approve contingent on variance approval from BZA, Mayor Gallagher,
Yes.
Sue Grodick,
Yes.
Stephen Coyle,
Yes.
Brian Summers.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I will go ahead and get them to get a couple of different designs so you guys have more than just one option to look at and see some things ASAP. I'll email those over ASAP, and then way before the zoning, so you guys can give us some input that you don't like you think this looks good or whatever. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your time, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, and so my big sign is passed. The little sign needs a variance yet for the square footage along with the graphics, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
I love Zoom meetings. It was very nice.
We do too.
Nice not traveling.
Does anybody,
Same here. I'm in
on-
Alabama right now.
Oh, wow.
does anybody on planning have any other business, or Ted or Dawn, anything else that we need to cover?
Nothing from me.
Okay, then I move we adjourn.
What do I do? How do I get out of this?
Second.
Perfect. To adjourn, Mayor Gallagher,
Yes.
Sue Grodick,
Yes.
Stephen Coyle,
Yes.
Brian Summers.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a nice night.